howling into the surrounding countryside, Philip Kindred stands over the corpses of two dogmen that sought his tasty innards, yet here he still stands, close to Camp Grayling, and having perused around the outside, it is clear that he is going to need to prepare more before he's able to make his way in. More foil and a healthy amount of painkillers might help him deal with the electric fence and what waits beyond. And so, Philip has some butchering to do, and then another big journey is laid before him. Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Neo Scavenger, where, we have two fresh dogmen corpses that we're going to need to tear apart and, well, hopefully store most of their meat and everything else like that on our travois. Now, whether or not we spend the time trying to cure all of that meat, I'm not so sure just yet, because we do have a camp, or rather a potential campsite quite close by. If we spend the time curing it, it could pay off, especially if we can get it down towards the ATN in time. And the ATN is the closest place for us to go that we might actually be able to sell some of that stuff off. And whether or not the ATN is going to have everything that I'm going to want for us to get into Grayling, I don't know. So a trip down to Detroit may very well be in order. But first things first, we need to get both of these corpses processed. And it looks like that shard is nearly given up. We've got a multi-tool though, so that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, we still have a meat cleaver too. Okay, so let's see exactly how we want to try and do this. We can fit the two dogman fur coats in our backpack, easy as. And then everything else, I think we're just gonna have to try and see if we can fit into here. And we should be able to fit quite a bit of the medium meat. I mean, that's not bad. If we do away with either our head or the sleeping bag, we'd have more space. You know, I guess we could get rid of the head just for now, because we can wear that on our own head. And oh, perfect. That is one meaty travois if I've ever seen one. And yeah, it does say that we're still bleeding. We have our bandages on, so hopefully that's gonna be just fine. We are also thirsty as well, so we are gonna have to try and get some more water. Although, actually, hang on, no, we do have one lot of water left. We'll go and drink that. And our nearest water source is all the way down here, so it might be better for us to try and set up camp down that way. Do we want to grab anything else, though? Actually, I think we're going to take the tactical boot and just take off this one here. There we go. All right, Philip, time to get a move on. Oh, well, that's just wonderful. Just absolutely fantastic. The second that we enter the forest, there is something else here. We're considered blind. We're going to ditch the vehicle at this point. And I don't like that we've still got the clown head on. We could do a blind retreat. We could take cover. We're going to take cover first of all here. And then we're just going to start to try and search the area. We could hang on. Oh, there was something asleep here. Let's keep on searching then. Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. So, I've just been passing turn after turn after turn, and now we have a vulnerable dogman that has been charging towards us. So, I think we're just going to go, well, we could get in with an attack, but it means that they're probably also going to get an attack on us. Let's start it. Okay. And I think it was the right call, especially with it being vulnerable. We immediately demolished their left leg, which has caused them to fall to the ground. They are stunned. They're not having a good time. They've fallen. Let's keep on smacking them. Looks like we can smack them from range 2. That's very nice. We could intimidate them here, but we're just going to keep on smashing them. They're on the ground. They're not doing good. We will exploit a weakness, and then bam. Brain injury. That's another dogman down. Another dogman. Okay, so obviously we've got a lot of meat that we need to try and process. There's a lot to do here. So much to do. We've got yet another dogman to take apart. But I'm almost wondering if it's worth us waiting to take this one apart, because it might degrade slower, having it be a whole corpse. I don't know if that's the case. Everything seems to degrade pretty fast in this game. But regardless, we do need to get to work here. So we are going to use the forest a few times here so that we can get a decent fire going. We are going to need some ash first though, so we're just going to be building up a fire, letting it die down, and then building it back up again. Okay, and it's just gone tonight. Don't know how much sleep we are going to get tonight, but we do have quite a few handfuls of ashes. Now, if only we could cook the meat in batches. Unfortunately, we can't. We're just going to have to use this stick here and get actually, no, not roasting. We want to be curing it, yes. And obviously, there's only so many of these that we can do per turn, but that's still a decent amount of meat that we've got done so far. Yeah, we've actually got through most of it, and it looks like we are going to have to try and get some more ashes. Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding me. This place, they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Well, we can see them just fine. We're going to chop down a lure here, which is going to mess it up big time. It is recovering. I think we should be able to get in, advancing just one square. Yup. And we are going to whack that thing. And yet again, demolishing it, gets it on the ground before it can attack us. It's trying to get back up, and yeah, it's been unsuccessful so far. We're going to keep on cracking it. We're going to chuck down an obstacle between us, which I think is just a safer option in general, and then we're just going to continue to do this. Died of cardiac arrest. It's already dead. It's already dead, my dude. Oh my god, we got so many. Now, the question is it actually going to be worth us bringing any of the meat back at this point, other than the stuff that we've done? Because the hides that we've got are worth a fair amount. They're worth like 220 each, and they're not going to degrade as fast as the meat. I think we keep the meat that we've done so far. I think we butcher the others and we take their coats. This is not a safe space. Oh wow, this stuff actually got pushed into the camp. I was worried that it was just like gone for good. So we are going to have to try and figure out how the heck we're going to get this to work out for us. And for now, that sleeping bag is going to have to go. All right, that's one coat in there, and two. And that's pretty much all the meat that we can stack for now. We can take that extra piece up here. And you know what? I think it's probably worth us cooking up just like a regular cooked one that we can eat tonight. This is wild. We want to get this fire extinguished pretty much as fast as possible as well. So let's get that roasted, and we'll eat that right away, which it does actually help with our thirst as well. So maybe we want to do that one more time. Philip, mate, you are eating so well. And there we go, looking nice. We are going to make sure that we fully extinguish this fire. There we are. And now, well, I think we want to make sure that we have this off at the moment. And we'll try and pull together some kind of a campsite. That's our shelter. Now we just need the noise traps, which I'm going to say are a necessity out here. All right, Mr. Kindred, that looks pretty good to me, as far as I can see. Unfortunately, so much of this meat is going to go to waste, but we've still got a lot. And yeah, there are ashes there. We could try and cure more, but we cannot carry it. And it is morning, and it actually briefly snowed last night. Wild. So having a look at our meat in the morning here, yeah, it has degraded a little bit, but it's still decent. Oh, and it looks like we're already having fun close by. Looking down here, a stranger has been injured and has managed to get away. So let's not stick around, eh? Yeah, okay, it was just over here. So we need to get a move on. And we're going to be heading pretty much straight down to the Enclave as fast as we can. Moving on to the lake here might not be a great idea, but it does cut off the line of sight a little bit. Are we away? It seems like we are. So I'm going to carry on, making our way back down towards the ATN. I'll see you when we get there. We did have our clean rags just fall apart, so we're going to put some fresh ones on. I'm not going to take any risks with these wounds, and we are nearly there. One more square should do it, I think. And it looks like we're towards the end of the day. Safety. Okay, let's sit down for a meal before anything else. And what a meal it is. Lovely. Straight to the trading post, please. All right, and boy, do we have a lot to sell. I didn't actually realize we did have some cured meat up here as well. That's already, the conditions not great. It's enough that we might still be able to, live off of it ourselves. I'm just going to try and rearrange things here a little bit as we plop things down into this, because we've got a lot to sell them. One more of those should do. Yeah, not a huge amount of space here. And of course, the meat. And we're going to get away the better stuff, the stuff that's actually going to be worth more to them. It looks like we can nearly sell everything, but we're still holding on to some of it. So I think what we're going to do here is look at just buying, let's say, you, because we're still making profit here. I suppose we could take the lit campfire out of there, because it's like, yeah, that's okay, right? Oh, hang on. We can sleep here. A ruined bungalow. We can sleep here. I guess it's because I haven't had a look at trying to sleep while we're in the trade menu here. Well then, okay, you live, you learn. Oh, I do wonder, can we just put this into the backpack? We can. Okay, well that's a way to sell more. Well, gotta say, I feel pretty happy with the profit that we've made today. We're nearly at 6,000 at this point. Yeah, so while we're here, we don't have the options to sleep. So I guess we do need to do it by the trading post. Unless, let's visit Joe real quick and see if it's a similar kind of situation. Right. No, we're good. Back to the main area. And it's not exactly the end of the day yet. So let's leave the village for now, which is going to pop us out down here. We do have a water source that's not too far away. We're going to make a go for that, because I'd like to get stocked up before our journey. And I think Philip's probably going to keep on sleeping where he's been sleeping so far, because it's been doing him okay so far. And this is where our bloody sleeping bag is. We got it. We bloody got it. Which is good, because we don't have the other sleeping bag. Let's keep you on there. Actually, we'll leave you out because we're going to use you, aren't we? But yes, first of all, we are going to be focusing on just trying to get all of that water purified before our big journey tomorrow. Yeah, the condition on this meat's very low, so we'll take some of that now and we'll drink some of our fresh water. We're going to leave the clown head off for now and setting up our camp for the evening. It looks pretty good. We're going to be relatively visible here. It's not exactly the end of the day yet though, so we are going to hide some of our tracks, and then we ourselves will hide. We've got an ATN bloke just visiting us. Oh, and it's night proper, so let's get to sleep. Oh, and you know what? It might actually be worth us keeping these things actually on our campsite while we sleep, because I think those are the things that are most easily stolen. And we've woken up actually before daylight. Let's get everything together. And we are definitely not leaving anything behind this time. No, we're all good. And this is a little disconcerting. We're going to take cover. Okay, that's fine. It's a friend. You never know in the dark if it's going to be or not. And you know what? Making our way back down towards Detroit, I wouldn't mind trying to get to this little area just by Zomzoms before just legging it there, just in case there's anything else hiding in the dark. And there's daylight. Good. You know what though? I do wonder if we can return to the Allegan Fairgrounds, because things might have settled down. We're going to make the journey. Ah, good. And we're close. We are going to be grabbing some extra foil, and we're going to be moving a little closer here. Checking the square as well. Even more. Very nice. All things that we've just kind of left behind in the past. And now, the fairgrounds. You know what? Let's leave the vehicle here, eh? I feel like that's the right call. We'll keep the backpack though. Do we want to put the head back on? No, for now. We'll see what we can do here. You're back at the Allegan Fairgrounds, and Rocky Rooster is still doing his thing. Okay, let's re-enter the fairgrounds. The rooster still does not scare us, and everything's looking the same. So let's just scan the area, see if anything has changed. Looks clear. Let's go back into the hall. And so far, seemingly, so good. Everything looks the same as before. Now, the only thing that we didn't do was check the blankets, which we know that there are freaking melon heads in here now, so we probably don't want to do that. Examining further into the shadows. Yeah, we will just check tracking just to see if there is anything else. I mean, yep, still lots of breathing in here. Examine further into the shadows. Okay, oh great. And it looks like it's pretty much about the same. Chances are the good stuff is further in, out of sight. You squeeze between two booths and shuffle into the shadows, feeling around for other display tables or boxes. Your hand touches a folding table and you guide yourself towards it. As you approach the table's edge, your foot bumps into something soft and heavy. A sudden cry sends you staggering back and suddenly the entire hall starts coming to life. So yet again, trouble. We didn't climb to the rafters last time, but I don't know if that's going to be a great call for us. There is a chance that there could be some things hidden up there, but I was really hoping to just be able to get further into this place. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be it. So we're just going to have to try and push our way back out of here. And sure enough, same as before, we're able to use a draw to force our way back outside. We did take a little bit of damage this time though. That is unfortunate. This time, we put our fist through the face of a melon head at our feet. Her skull gives way and the sensation is sickening, like punching a pumpkin full of warm, viscous fluid. Holding back vomit, you push forward, swinging your draw wildly. Melon heads are flattened with each swing, but several land on your back, gnawing and tearing your flesh. You back into a booth and drop your weight on one, crushing it between you and the wood frame. With your free hand, you pull another from your back to the ground. We're not out yet. Gathering your strength, you bring the draw to bear and charge towards the door. Wood splinters inwards as the draw's base smashes wobbly, gushy skulls. Another melon head lands a painful bite before you can plant your fist on him. Let's hope that the bites aren't going to come back to bite us in the ass. Yeah. That's more wounds than I would have liked to have picked up, but hey, sometimes we just gotta check these things, even if they are terrible ideas. Yeah, now we know, and hello, stranger, you do look like you might be from the Enclave, with the mohawk you're rocking, but just in case, we are gonna go a different direction. I mean, yeah, you've got a bow, which is a little unsettling. We could probably still handle you, but just to be sure, we are going to go elsewhere. What trouble. Okay, so from here, we will start to make our way back, kind of in the direction of Zomzoms. I don't think there's any reason for us to go back yet. We still haven't done the job. So we'll just make our way up and over the hills here, checking the spaces as we go, and we'll slowly but surely make our way to the DMC. No, we're not, because I forgot our vehicle. Well, that certainly cost us some time. Really hope that bloke didn't steal our travois. Okay, good. Right then, back to it. And of course, the sun is already getting low. We're just going to try and make as much progress as we possibly can. Yikes, okay. Thankfully, our other wounds have healed mostly. This is still considered a minor cut, so we're going to go and bandage that back up. There we go. And I'm actually going to start collecting those again, just in case we don't find any more clean stuff. Oh, we've thankfully found ourselves in a wood. We're going to make camp and continue our trip in the morning. It's morning once again, and we are on the road. It always seems to be a bit of a mad dash towards the DMC at the end of our journey, but we are close. We are thirsty, we are hungry, we're nearly there. The canteen is in sight, along with a load of food and stew, just a lot of stew. We are feeling good. Now onto the junk market. And what do we have here? A 100% condition plastic sled. Now, the sled, I'm assuming it's going to be better than the travois, as in it's going to last longer. It's only $12 for us to buy it. It's better space, right? Or it's about the same. It's less kgs. Actually, it's a little less space, I think. Honestly, it's hard to tell. I think it might be the same, but the plastic sled, now that's a go. I do wonder if we can attach anything else to it to make it a little easier for us to use. Unfortunately, no pain medication here, but we know that we can buy it in the city, and that's probably something that we're going to have to do. We don't have anything that we want to sell at this stage. Pulling sled awkwardly. Okay, yeah, so that's something that we want to try and see if we can rectify. We'll just have to do some crafting away from here, I think. Plastic sled with strap. Very large, rigid sheet container, which I think we have, and we just need 2 medium thread. Well, let's make them. There we go. Okay, that should be a little bit easier for us to roll with. Player is pulling a sled with a string that allows them to carry more. Pulling sled with a string. Easy. Nice. Now, into the city we go, and straight to the health clinic. Now, we do have a lot of money, like a considerable amount of money, and we have had a look at the augmentations before. So, 5,600, and then 300 on top and 200. We can actually afford this stuff now, which is wild, and we could probably sell off our night vision because we wouldn't need it anymore, especially if we get that. I don't know if it's choosing one or the other with the eyes, but we are definitely going to want some painkillers, so we're going to have to spend a bit of money doing that. Let's order those painkillers. Thank you. So we can always make a little bit of extra money, as we know, by trying to sell water. Do we have enough to still do the basic surgery? I think we do. Yes, we do. Artificial eye replacement surgery. Okay, patient will be screened for eligibility in artificial eye replacement, including immunoreactivity. If eligible, the patient will have their natural eyes removed and replaced with Rose Augmentation's RA037 human eyes, which simulate perfect human visual acuity. The RA037 eyes are powered by non-linear piezoelectric harvesters. As such, they require no additional power supply for their operational lifetime, which is expected to exceed their host. Nuts. Alright, let's order it. After verifying there is no danger of synthetic rejection, you're escorted to an operating room, given fluid and nutrient IV insertions, and placed under local anesthesia. The procedure is lengthy and extremely complex, requiring precise manipulation of tissue at a microscale. Much of the work is done via a computer-aided telesurgery armature. When finished, there is a brilliant flash of geometry and patterns as the photoreceptors are activated. For several minutes, your vision passes in and out of focus, shifts colors, and goes black again as the devices are calibrated. You feel some anxiety at the lack of control. Finally, it stabilizes in a hyper-focused, almost unsettlingly crisp image, and your eyes begin their usual movements. You can see again. We received a full transfusion of blood during this, and also a full complement of nutrition and hydration, all in one. So that's cool. That's very cool. There is a mild aching, and your eye movements feel weaker. What's more, as you walk around the room, steadied by a nurse, things seem to move differently around you. You're told it's a sensation that will pass with time. Your muscles will adjust to the slight differences in balance, and the image will become less unsettling. After some time resting and working with therapists, you feel able to move again normally. You're taken to collect your things, and you get dressed. Well, look at that. Player got eye implants, and we're fully rested after that as well. Neat. Okay, so just heading back in here. So these two here, we're going to need 500 to be able to get both of them. I don't know if we can get both, if it's just one or the other, but we'll try and save up 500 regardless. So let's go ahead and leave. Now, we could look at just trying to boil up water. That would take us 50 bottles of water though, I think, to get that to kind of work out. And that's not going to really work for us. We have a big plastic sled, so even if we're doing light scavenging, it's still going to work out for us. We're feeling good right now, and I'm going to be fine with us using our night vision goggles at night. So I'm just going to go through these hills here to see what we have, and then, we could dip into the Black Swamp. I think as long as we don't linger for too long, we should be okay. Now, unfortunately for us, we don't have enough charge in our gas mask. We actually do have a few things that we could potentially sell to the junk market. Maybe it would be worth hanging around here just for a little bit first. Oh, and plus, it's night, so maybe we don't want to go on too many, adventures yet. The water tester is already getting us a decent amount. We could theoretically sell some ammunition. If we wanted to just keep the rifle, I think that would be okay. We could sell off our pistol, and that would be, our woes solved. I'm not against it. Also, the foil's just free here. We'll take that, thank you. No cost, eh? Is there anything else that we'd want to sell off instead? I don't think so. I do want to get these dirty rags clean. Yeah, it's 600 including the ammunition. There's no real point in us holding onto this ammunition as well, so that already looks pretty good. And if we sold off you, we would definitely be okay. I'm not against that idea. We want to sell off this extra tarp as well. Don't need that extra bag. And honestly, we don't need to carry any plastic bags at this stage. And I don't know if we're going to need the flashlight. I'm just trying to figure out if we can keep the revolver. And when we're close, we are close to being able to afford that. I don't know if we're going to use it, because more often than not, we'll just go for the rifle. So it's a bit of extra cash. I am okay with that. Let's head back into the city. And look at that. Hi, we're back already. Artificial eye night vision upgrade. So this is just always on. Oh, we could have sold up freaking night vision goggles. Okay, maybe I will go back. We'll see. Patients who have already received the RA037 human eye replacement can have their units upgraded with the Rose Augmentation's RA056 low light photoreceptors, which provide normal vision and low light conditions. The procedure is fast and simple, requiring that the additional hardware be installed in the existing units. Okay. Let's do that thing. For the upgrades, you're led to a fitting room where you sit upright as a technician prepares the materials. He unlocks a glass display case and removes a dust-proof tray lined with foam. Inside are two metallic cylinders, which he removes and prepares to install. The procedure is a bit uncomfortable as the technician has to handle your artificial eye to insert the upgrade. However, it's fairly quick, and the lack of pain receptors on the artificial eyes mean that the sensation is mainly limited to pressure in the eye sockets. As he finishes the installation, he explains that it may feel unusual for a while. The upgrade is primarily a thermoelectric cooling device to reduce thermal noise. The interior of the eye will be cool, but as a result, the exterior will become warmer. It won't cause any damage, but it will take some getting used to. After a few tests with the lab lights dimmed and off, you gather your things. Well, we're able to almost see normally at night. So, my question is, can we do this upgrade without overwriting the other? Let's ask the question here. Patients who have already received the human eye replacement can have the units upgraded with the optical zoom augmentation. It sounds like it's okay. I really hope that it doesn't overwrite it in any way. For the upgrade, we're led to the fitting room and the technician prepares the materials. He unlocks a glass display case and removes a white retail box. Inside are two replacement lenses consisting of the frontal sclera and adjustable lens components. Due to the fact that the eye will be unsealed during the procedure, you're subjected to a local anesthesia for the procedure. It's relatively quick, however, as it's just swapping out part of your eyes while they're fixed forwards. As the anesthesia wears off, you're led to an observation lounge and asked to focus on several distant objects in the Detroit skyline. It's a surprisingly powerful zoom. Even compared to traditional optics like binoculars, you're able to make out detail at great range, limited more by air density and haze than anything else. Satisfied that the procedure has worked, the technician excuses himself and you gather your things. Wonderful. Very, very good. I don't think we need any cleaning of wounds or anything else like that. Let's leave the clinic for now, head back out the gate, and let's have a look over here and see. Okay. So, we have telescopic and night vision now, as well as eagle eye. So all of these things are stacking up here to make us very good at seeing things in the distance. Very, very nice. So yeah, we're going to be able to sell these night vision goggles for like 96, so I think we are going to be able to buy the gun back. It's probably going to be worth us doing that. Okay, so let's see. You can now go, and our eyes, they are free, which means that we could probably wear the clown head without the negatives really stacking up all that much. Let's see. Oh, we're just under being able to afford this. Well, we can make up the difference, can't we? Let's just empty that out for a second. I just want to separate one. I guess we can do it this way, can't we? Like that. And then we've got enough. Okay, we got the pistol back. Good to have it, just in case. It's a holdout for us. And so, we have, I think, at this stage, everything that we are going to need. Hang on, where did those pills go to? because they're not stored in anything here, not in this bottle, and they're not on our sled. Are they just sitting at the clinic? We're gonna have to go back and check. I mean, we definitely bought prescription painkillers. Oh, okay, they are on the ground. We just freaking left them. Very smart, Rycon, very smart. Okay, so we've got 6 of them at this stage. And while we do have more foil, I think we are going to need more than just what we've got so far. So we're gonna have to continue searching on. But let's maybe look at doing that in the morning. For now, we're gonna go sleep in the parkade. Oh, and for whatever reason, we don't seem to be able to actually book a place in here. It could be because it's too late. We're gonna have to camp out. And oh boy, there's a lot of ashes here. Actually, hang on. No, we can't. We're fully rested at the moment, so that ain't gonna be happening. I'm really wanting to see if there's a change in the junk market though, so we're just gonna have to hang around here until there's, a new selection of things. Like a perfect condition rifle, which unfortunately we're not quite gonna be able to get to. I was really hoping that we were going to encounter a laptop here. I was wanting to purchase one unlocked so that we could try and use the internet, because that's something that we just haven't been able to do as of yet. But yeah, I think for now that's just going to remain a bit of a mystery, eh? Oh, we can see pretty far. I mean, definitely better. So yeah, we don't really need to stop at night. That looks like snow. All right, well, we are going to be heading up and into this direction here. Probably not dipping into the Saginaw Mental Institution, but I've got to hope that we're going to find something out there in the dark. You know, something I will do before dawn is just get the water that we've got sterilized. It's a good use of our time. And hey, look at that. 1 water to sterilize 3 rags. It's a good deal. And would you look at that? It's morning. And we are nearly at this unexplored area. Checking out a shack. Oh, and we can just use night vision. Beautiful. And potato chips. Now, I believe we might actually be able to tear up the potato chip bag, and that looks like a good emergency food source for us. Clean rags too. Yeah, just putting the chip packet into here, tearing it up, gives us a decent amount. Nearly at 2 stacks of 30. Got an abandoned home here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, using a light source still helps increase the chances of loot, but nothing here, unfortunately. Got 2 city blocks here. That's looking good to me. Safety is fantastic, but nothing. Hey, there we go. Oh, we'll take the stuff. Well, we've got some corner cola, some medium string, many bottles, and 2 newspapers. Hyper preservatives. Bacteria are scared to eat it, so you don't have to be. Just one more way Mr. Johnson Company is watching out for you, I'm sure. And police in a downward spiral. Overworked law enforcement personnel report an inability to keep up with emergency calls. Officer turnovers are at a record high as reduced police presence makes law enforcement increasingly dangerous. Representatives of SkyCorp Security have begun regular meetings with Governor Richard Jones, possibly involving discussions on supplementing law enforcement with private security firms. And we've got 3 things to check out over here. The crumbling ones obviously it is a bit more of a risk, but we can keep that looking pretty good safety-wise. And, the chips. The chips are good. Some jelly beers as a treat. I mean, that's already more foil for us. Very nice. We've got a load of medium thread now. We've actually got a fair amount of corner cola. So, what do we want to do with the chips? I suppose we could just empty them out for now, and then just take the handfuls of chips and just kind of keep them. And then if we have a look at crafting, we'll just be chucking them in there and stripping them for foil. Yeah, that's a considerable amount. And now, going off of that, what can we make? Can we make anything? We'll go with some medium thread. No luck. Handful of string. Still no luck. What about some small parts? What about more foil? We might just not have the right amount of thread. So let's take the medium string here. Now we've got a max stack. There we go. Patchwork foil poncho. That's what we need. All right, let's get it made. And for now, I think we are going to be keeping that on our vehicle. I am hoping it's not going to degrade while we're not wearing it, but there's only one way to know. We're gonna have to start collecting more thread again. Or I suppose we could just do this a few times as well. Well, I gotta say, Philip, you're looking good. And those eyes, they sure are looking. Right now, they are set towards the north, towards Camp Grayling. We have everything we need right now. We have our poncho, we have painkillers. I think we're ready to take this on. But hey, we'll still scavenge up towards the ATN center, as every resource we find along the way will help keep us healthy and sane. And so, Legionnaires, I'd like to thank you for joining me for yet another episode where everyone could be the last. And so, I ask you all, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.